Right, so we're going to be making a monoprint today, which is a printmaking technique that just gives us one original print. That's why it's called a monoprint. It makes one print. So it's going to be all unique, can't replicate it, super cool. So we are going to be using tin foil, paint, a Q-tip, construction paper, and this fancy printmaking tool called a brayer. Now, what you're going to want to do first is always write your name on your paper. And that's going to be the back. We're obviously going to put the print on the front here. Once you have your name on your paper, Miss Gay is going to come by and give you some paint. Now, you're going to notice that I'm not going to give you a ton of paint because if we have too much paint, it will kind of look like this, where most of the paint gets kind of squished, and we really just want a thin layer of paint that we can draw in with our Q-tip, and that way it will transfer those lines and patterns to our paper. So I'm gonna come and I'm gonna squeeze out whatever color paint you want onto your tin foil. And now we only need enough paint area, like enough area of paint to cover this paper. So we certainly do not need to spread the paint all the way to the edge of the tin foil. And because your art teacher is very cheap and I don't want to be wasteful, I'm gonna reuse these pieces of tin foil, and it's gonna be a lot easier for you and me to clean them if the paint is just in the middle, okay? But we do wanna put enough on there that will cover our whole paper, okay? But we just don't, it's not gonna go all the way to the edges. So I'm gonna come and drop just a little bit of paint onto your tin foil, and you are going to take your brayer and roll it through that paint. Now, see what happened? The tin foil kind of stuck to the brayer, so you might have to hold it down with one hand while you roll it out with the other hand. Okay, now notice how I'm just making this little space in the center of my tin foil. I'm not going all the way to the edges. And another tip for using these printmaking brayers, this tool right here, is I'm not going back. See, even trying to go back and forth is not gonna work. I'm holding the tin foil down and just going down, 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 across, across, across. When you try and go back and forth, it really doesn't work, especially if you're doing it really fast. So we're just kind of going up and across and across. Now, once you've got your little section spread out, this is now going to go onto your messy mat face up. So this back right here is the clean part. Gonna set it up like this. That way we don't make a huge giant mess. And then you're gonna get your Q-tip and you can draw some lines and patterns and different designs in the paint with the Q-tip. And the Q-tip, the dry part of the Q-tip, is going to move that paint out of the way and create those textures and lines that the paper will pick up when we go to make our print. So you could certainly do some wavy lines or some zigzags. Okay, you could draw some circles. Really up to you. Once you have your patterns and lines drawn into your paint with your Q-tip, then you will take your paper, whatever color paper you have, and we want our name to be showing up because this is the back. We want to put that paint on the front of our paper. So we're going to make sure our name is showing and then lay it down on top of that paint. And then you're going to want to give your paper a massage, meaning that I'm going to go all the way to the edge and rub, rub, rub all around my paper, giving it a really nice massage. Then you can do your big reveal. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! So that is my finished print. It's called a mono print because if I tried to make another one exactly like it, it would be really hard to make it look exactly like that and get all of those really cool textures. So we're going to be making this mono print today, and I can't wait to see how they turn out.